Hello? More FTL today. So, I have a game in mind for next weekend. It's called Metro Gravity. It's a Metroidvania, which is not a genre that I've ever tried before. But it looks really cool. Hello, Surfcaster. So I will be trying that out next weekend. Or maybe sooner. I don't know. Depends on how bored I get during the week. Regardless. Hello, Kira. I will be playing the Federation cruiser today, the Osprey. Again, same ship as yesterday. Let's get started. The artillery beam that the ship comes with. I am doing well. How are you doing? The artillery beam this ship comes with is very overpowered, because it goes straight through shields and can cut across the entire ship. I've played this game a couple times. Quite a few times, actually. Let's hit their weapons so that they stop hitting me. And then I just need to wait for one last barrage. There we go. I am ready to go. However, I am going to upgrade the artillery beam. That way it takes less time to charge. Let's go down to the surface and invite him, and I get Charlie. Very nice. So, getting a person there is not guaranteed. Weapon is always your first target. Yeah, I can see it either way. I typically go for shields. But I definitely see the advantage of going for weapons. This guy will have bombs, I think. Unless that's a laser? That's a laser, okay. Well, now your shields are knocked out, let's hit weapons. So that hopefully you don't fire off another laser. There we go. And now I just need to wait. Very good. Let's upgrade power bars so that I can utilize that other... One shield versus 3 lasers is quite comfortable. Yeah, that's fair. Sorry, it took me a little bit to understand what you were saying there. But yeah, I do get that. Let's aid the ship. And you know what? I will hit weapons first. They do have a missile. It actually missed. I just gotta wait. The artillery beam might have a chance to charge here. And it is quite powerful. There we see. I'm going to jump to here and then to the store and see what they have. What's your offer? Yeah, I'll accept. This is the one where I have to not actually kill them and just accept surrender. So I guess, yeah, let's hit their weapons. And just wait until they surrender. Yep. I got a glaive beam. That is quite powerful. But it does take a lot of energy. So I will need to look into upgrading my weapon system for that. I'm not gonna get anything else here though other than just repairing. And I need 2 more bars here in order to actually use the glaive beam. So I'm gonna save up for that. Nothing there. Let's try here. Intervene. Hit your weapons again. Thank you for the suggestion, by the way. I'm not used to having the 3 shots per charge. Which is why I typically go for the shields first. And this guy should be dead. Oh, actually, no. Now he is, though. Got a bunch of scrap there. I am going to go ahead and do that. A little more scrap, and I can power up the glaive beam. Actually, I can do it now. If I turn off that. So glaive beam does take a little bit to charge, however it has one big advantage, and that is the sheer amount of damage it can do, even through shields. I believe it can pierce shields if there are less than the 1. Yes. So beams do damage per room hit, and the thing about the glaive beam is that it deals 3, which means that through 1 layer of shield it does 2 damage per room hit. If there were 2 layers of shields, it would do 1 per room hit, and so on. Let's head to the exit and move on. Another drone. Which I do not need. Here, I'm gonna go into the rock area because I don't like nebula. Let's head for the distress beacon. I'll give you some fuel, and that is quite a lot of scrap there. I'm actually going to upgrade my shields. Yes. Disabled healing for it, but that's fine. This I can hit 4 rooms. And actually, I want to hit shields first so that it takes them out before the rest of them, dealing more damage total. There we go, 1 shot killed them. I do need to wait for the FTL drive to power up. That's not a problem. Let's jump away. Same exact thing again. Close those doors. Open those doors again. And they're dead. Nice. Alright, I'm going to bring you and you into repair. And then also, when you're done, go heal up. And everybody can get back to stations. Let's go. A fire beam. Alright. The thing about that is that it does not pierce shields at all. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the artillery beam again. I am going to need more fuel soon. Shields to weapons, and that'll hit 4 rooms. That's pretty good. Yeah, 1 shot should make you surrender, correct? Yes. Cool. Let's add another power bar. And head down this way. Looking for a store. Okay. I have loads of stuff I can sell. The drones and at least 1 fire beam. Do you have anything that I would like to have? No. You do not. Okay, then I'm going to instead upgrade weapon control so that I can take a hit, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe the play is to upgrade dodge. No, I want it to be able to take a hit. I don't want the glaive beam to ever be stopped. That would be really bad. Alright. Same fight as I've done many times before. You actually cannot hurt me. Because you cannot take down both layers of my shield, and the beam does not pierce the shield. There we go. Here I am going to upgrade dodge. Let's head to the distress beacon and then to the exit. 5 damage to hull, that's not very fun. Combat drone Mark II, that's useless, but at least I'll be able to sell it. I'm actually going to wait until this guy repairs the engines. And then head out. Let's head around the top here. I do need fuel. I'm running quite low. So please scout the sector. I want to see where the store is. Oh, it's right here. Okay, then I'm gonna go here and take this fight. Assuming there is a fight. Yeah. Okay, you have sent in a guy. So you head over there as well and help fight. And then I can hit 5 rooms on your ship and that'll kill you. Alright. I'm taking care of the intruder. No, I will not accept surrender. There we go. Alright. Let's head to the store now. I'm going to take all your fuel and repair. I'm also going to sell the combat drone. And I'll take the reloader. Faster reload is pretty good. I'm also going to upgrade sensors so that I can see into the enemy ship. And let's go up and around, because I want to avoid that sun that's listed on the map here. This is this... Oh, actually, that's an asteroid field, not a sun. But still, it's better to avoid it. Alright, let's hit up these distress beacons. Or actually, only one is a distress beacon. And I would like to hit you from shields over to oxygen. That'll deal the most damage to you. You do have a missile system, which is unfortunate. But minimal damage is done. Let's head over... Well, I guess I could go here and then jump back up. So I guess... Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hit as many fights as possible to get scrap. Exact same ship type. I'm actually gonna re-aim that. And they're dead. Back up to the other ship. And you have cloaking. That's not fun. It's fine, though. I think one beam shot will do him in. Which would mean that you don't have the time to recharge your cloaking. Never mind. Of course I'm wrong. And it's never fun to be wrong. Let's head out. Yes, I will absolutely take that. I need that fuel. I can actually go down here before hitting up the final exit. And more fuel I will take. Very worthwhile trades there, as I don't need missile or... let's hail the ship. Okay, yes, it was a trick. So, let's target the glaive beam and send in my guys. Actually, I don't want the door guy to go in. Rockman, you can go assist. No surrenders. And there we go. Very good. I am going to upgrade the artillery beam once again. Everybody go back to stations. It now only takes 20 seconds to charge. I'm gonna go down before hitting up that store. You sent in a Rockman. I'm gonna send in my own. So you are quite far away. I'm gonna withdraw the Mantis. There we are. Everybody go back to your stations. And we jump to the store. I do want cloaking, however, I don't have enough money for it. Reigniter would also be incredible, but again, I don't have the money for it. I think I'm just gonna fix up my ship and leave. If I can, I'll come back, but I probably won't be able to. Upgraded reactor. I'll take it. You have a bomb. Which isn't fun. Need to wait for the repairs. Everything can return to where they were. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to go back to the store. Very unfortunate. Another reactor level. Let's attack the slaver. Theoretically, you can pierce my shields. I actually will take the crew member. Because I do like having a spare dude. Asteroid field intruder. Yeah, I'll send in these guys. And then I'm actually not gonna hit weapons, but I don't think it'll matter. I think he'll die anyway. I will not accept that, no. You're gonna need to offer a lot more than that. Heal up, and I will send you on your way. Let's head for the exit. Alright. Here, I want you to go. I believe you can hit engines all the way up. Yeah. Which is kind of crazy. Let's leave the supplies alone. Let's take another level of shields. And then head to the NG homeworlds. I'm gonna hop around the bottom, I guess. I have intruders on board. Okay, Rockman, get in there. We're gonna have to get Manon out of there at some point. You have a defense drone, but it's not gonna help you in any way. Actually, I'm going to drain your oxygen. And you're dead. I just need to deal with the intruders now. Which is fairly easy. And I need to repair my ship. Alright. There's a store coming up. Let's see what they have. I hope they have either cloaking or preloader. Although cloaking, I think, would be better. So let's see. You have cloaking. Okay, I will take that. And I do forget how much it costs to upgrade. 30 for the first level. Okay. That's not too bad. Let's try to get some scrap around the exit here before I go. I do not need drone parts. Intruders are on board. Okay. I'm actually going to get the oxygen drained from there. I'm also going to power on cloaking. And then just wait. You're trying to escape. I don't know if there's anything I can do against that. Oh, you're offering a surrender. That is something that I can do against that. So let's repair. Let's get a power bar. Everybody go in there and repair it. And then let's keep circling the exit. You sent in one guy. Very strange choice. Let's send in the Mantis to help, and that'll be a winning fight. And then... yeah. Incredibly easy. Let's upgrade cloaking to make it last longer. And keep circling the exit. I'm gonna wait until the missile fires before cloaking. So when I hear the thunk, I cloak. And this should make it not hit. Yeah. So that's the most effective way to use cloaking, which I kind of forgot about, and that's why I wasn't doing that before. I'm gonna upgrade dodge. And you keep circling around the exit. Let's keep circling around the exit. And then let's go. Your piloting system. Yeah, I'll take that. Alright. I do actually need everybody to go back to stations. I kind of forgot to do that. Alright. I think I am ready to jump. Yes. Alright. Let's try to head around the nebula as much as I can. You sent in a couple of guys. I am going to need to... fight them. I forgot to cloak. Might as well do it now, I suppose. You recalled at the worst possible time. Right as the ship was literally exploding. I'm gonna do this. This way. I can power up the burst laser as well. I need you to heal. And if I get the chance, I'm also gonna upgrade it one more time for the whole laser instead. Because it's just objectively better. Okay, let's see here. I think that's the best line for the glaive beam. And I'm just going to use the burst laser on the shields, just in general. You ion bombed my door system. That is a curious choice. And there we go. Okay. Gonna repair the artillery laser. I just messed that up. I moved him too early. And you also need to heal. Alright. Very good. Let's head to the distress beacon and then to the store. I'm not going to interfere. Alright. I think I'm just gonna fix up my ship and then leave. I'm actually not going to target the burst laser until right before the glaive beam fires. And the reason is to get rid of your shields. Because when you have 3 shields, the glaive beam cannot pierce them. So I need to get rid of the shields in another way. And that is what the laser is for. Let's head for the exit. And be on our way. I should have sold a bunch of stuff at the store. I forgot to. But I guess I'll have the chance now. Do I want to sell the whole laser? Well, as it stands... I think yes. And I also am now out of power beams, or power bars rather. I might as well take the long-range scanners. Decline. I think I'm honestly just pretty much ready for the final fight. So I'm just gonna skip through this sector as fast as I can. And then be on my way. Okay, they could not upgrade my reactor, which was to be expected. I should have paid more attention to that. I am going to upgrade a couple of systems, and the reason I'm doing this... I'm not actually going to be able to power these systems, but it will give them another level of health before they get actually, like... unable to operate. So I need to head here. I cannot not fight here. That is unfortunate. I will need to burst laser at the correct time again. Which is now. Shoot. I'm just gonna jump away. Wait for the glaive beam to charge. Interestingly, that the artillery beam does not disrupt my cloak. Let's fire the lasers. And then hit you with the beam. Like so. I actually need to repair oxygen. And the fight is won. Honestly, I think I'm gonna do pretty well here. I think I have a solid chance of actually winning. It does depend, though. Let's head for the base. And then jump through. For the fight. Okay. Here, what I'm gonna do is wait for them to uncloak. And then immediately cloak. And actually, their weapons didn't fire. I expected their weapons to fire. And that is why I cloaked immediately. Well, shoot. Whatever, it gives my weapons time to charge regardless. But it's still not the best. You are cloaking currently. 3 misses. That is very lucky for me. Okay, let's hit you with the laser and the beam. And I believe there is a way to get 4 rooms here. Yes. Let's power up the cloak. You did get a hit. I'm just gonna ignore it though because it's not in a place that really matters. And there is the first phase down. So let's get you both in to fix that breach. And then go heal. And let's chase them. So here I want to save my cloak for when they overcharge. Because when they overcharge, that's the big issue. You have a boarding drone. How am I going to deal with you? I guess I'm just gonna have to send in my 2 best fighters and hope for the best. You can also go over there and assist when I have to pull out the mantis. Like so. Power surge detected, okay. So let's cloak. I need to fire off the burst laser first. Into the shields. And then glaive beam. And I have dodged the power surge. Okay. This power surge, I'm not going to be able to dodge. That's not good. Okay, but they're dead. They're dead. Alright. Okay. Okay. It could be worse. I could be in a worse spot. Let's send you in to finish repairing it here as well, yeah. Repair oxygen, and then heal up, and then everybody can get back to their stations as we head to, hopefully, a repair place before the final phase. But we will see. Yes, I will be heading to this repair location. In order to fix my ship. Might as well fully max out those things. I don't have anything else to spend the scrap on. And I'm just going to wait at my current location because that is where the mothership is coming. Okay. I believe that you still overcharge here. And that it just does something different. Now I will need to hit the burst laser. In order to start getting rid of your Zoltan shield. I'm going to get rid of the fire by evacuating the air. Retreat further. Did I just mess up? I might have. Let's hit you with the glaive beam to do damage to the Zoltan shield. Yes. Okay, cool. Lots of fires on the ship. I'm going to cloak. And try to deal with some of them. Actually, you have sent in your second to last crew member. So, you only have one crew member left. So you're not really going to be able to board me much anymore. Which is good. Bad news is that you have gotten rid of my ability to fire the burst laser. Let's cloak. Alright. Perfect cloak. And there we go. That's a win. That's what I like to see. Alright. Very nice. Alright. I am pretty tired, so I'm going to call it a stream. The next time I stream, whether that be next weekend or sometime else, as I said, I'm going to be playing a Metroidvania, which is a genre that I have never really played before, called Metro Gravity. So we'll see how that goes. But until then, have a good one. Goodbye.